All right, so we've seen some cross sections, and now we're going to practice drawing a cross section. So I will apologize in advance for my lack of artistic ability, but we are going to try our best. All right, so a plane intersects a tetrahedron parallel to the base. How do you draw the cross section? So tetrahedron, we can see the base is down here, base is triangular, and it has one, two, and then there'd be a third triangle on the back. So there are actually four triangular faces to this tetrahedron. We have three tetrahedrons here. We're kind of just going to draw each step separately, although really you would do this all on one tetrahedron, but we're going to break it down step by step. Our first step is we are going to draw in the plane intersecting the tetrahedron. Okay, so they told us that the plane intersects the tetrahedron. Man, I'm having a hard time with that word. Parallel to the base. So here's what that's going to look like. Again, don't judge my picture. So I'm going to draw in a plane there, there. Then it's kind of going to go behind that we might not see. So my plane, well, I don't like that part, is going to be pretty rectangular, even though we know it would continue, infinitely in all directions. I will go ahead and color in that plane. We know it's going to kind of be like this. So if you guys can kind of picture a plane coming in and intersecting the tetrahedron parallel to the base. All right, after that, we are going to draw lines where the plane cuts the surface of the polyhedron. So let's write in, draw lines where the plane cuts the surface. How about? All right, so we're going to go back. We're going to get some practice with this. I'm going to redraw that plane. And I might not draw it in the exact same position every time, but I'm going to redraw the plane like this. And what we want to visualize is where the lines or where the plane would hit the surface of our tetrahedron. So I think it's going to cut it right there. It's going to cut it right there. If you notice what I'm drawing in is parallel to the edge of the plane that I drew. That kind of makes that a little bit easier. And also when I drew in the plane, I did draw these. I tried to make them parallel to the base. I just think that's an easy reference to use. And then we would have a line back here on the back side that we maybe wouldn't see. So we can represent that with a dotted line. So what might be nice to do is just kind of show how your plane would kind of continue back here. I didn't do this on the last one, but do you see we have this rectangular plane and we can see that it is intersecting the tetrahedron here. I will go ahead and draw or do a little bit of coloring. I might switch to a highlighter now. So here's our plane. And then back here it's blue and we can see where it's hitting the tetrahedron. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to shade the cross section. So this is the cross section, by the way. The solid lines that we drew in, that is the cross section. All right, so one more time, get some practice. Well, actually, I'm just going to draw in the cross section this time. So the cross section looks something like that. And then I will shade it in. I don't know why I'm using blue again, but I guess let's just use blue. So here is the cross section right there. I can see it's a triangular shape, and that is the cross section from a plane that intersects the tetrahedron.